What's up, internet? Welcome back. This is Linzer22. Today's topic is the Arcade1Up arcade cabinets, and they've been kind of popular lately. To be honest, that kind of surprised me. Now, if you have any comments on this topic, go ahead and leave it down so we can go ahead and discuss it. This is a forum discussion video, and subscribe if you want more content. The Arcade1Up arcade cabinets are items of niche. They are items that you'd expect a very specific person would want. It's not just an arcade cabinet, it's a smaller arcade cabinet, 3/4 to be exact. It only plays about 4 to 3 games, usually from the same developer or the same publisher. That to me sounds like you could only sell this to a very specific person, especially with the price tag of about $300 to $400. You can get them on discount about like maybe as low as $250, especially if you go hunting in a Walmart. And when I first saw these, I was like, yeah, no, I don't think people would want these. But then, I just kept watching videos, kept watching more and more videos, kept watching people customize them, kept watching all these things, and then I wanted one. I wanted to make room for one. Of course, at the end of the day, I would not be able to fit an arcade cabinet, but you know what? It really got me thinking. Growing up, and I'm sure a lot of people had this, growing up, I've always wanted to have an arcade cabinet in my house. Specifically, more of ones that I actually care about, but regardless, I've always wanted one. Probably the arcade cabinets that I wanted the most were probably Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, and NBA Hang Time. Believe it or not, those two are my favorite arcade cabinets, which were at a nickel. I don't know if you guys ever heard of a nickel, but it's basically you put nickels into the arcade machines instead of quarters. It was a pretty cool thing. You had to pay for entrance, but that's beside the point. The idea is that you can finally have an arcade cabinet in your house, and it doesn't cost about like $2,000 just to put this arcade cabinet. Not only that, but if you're worried about size, they're only 3/4 the size, so you're more likely to be able to tell your spouse like, hey, I'm bringing in an arcade cabinet, there's nothing you can do, and not get an immediate argument about, because hey, it's only 3/4 the size. So I'm not saying that everyone can afford a 3/4 the size arcade cabinet in their house, but if you wanted to have an arcade cabinet and you needed to have one and you wanted to fit one into a house that's not big enough to fit an arcade cabinet, 3/4 is probably the only option you're gonna have. And then hey, it gets better. Apparently these are easily customizable, and there's people already working on skins for Arcade1Up. So guess what? If you don't like the games that are coming there, boom, slap a Raspberry Pi in there with the games you do want, which you can probably like load up like thousands of games onto that, and then put a skin that kind of screams your personality. And people will walk into your house and go, whoa, what's that? And then if you go even more crazier, you can actually make the buttons a high quality arcade button. To make it more high quality arcade cabinets, you can start adding LEDs. You can start adding extra buttons that do extra effects. Hey, I even see a marquee that is actually an LED screen that kind of showcases the games that you're currently playing. And there's open source software along with RetroPie that actually does that. So you don't have to do too much work. All you got to do is follow a couple of tutorials and you're golden. Of course, following tutorials are easier said than done, but that's beside the point. It's possible. And that's when I start to realize maybe Arcade1Ups aren't exactly niche. Maybe they're not niche anymore, because yeah, it's probably niche to just buy one and keep it as it is. But if you wanted to buy one and maybe do this as your personal project, or even pay like a neighbor who's into hobbies and woodcraft and all that stuff, you could probably pay them, and there you go. You have an arcade cabinet that screams you, and it's a nice talking piece for your house. So long story short, I probably will never have an arcade cabinet. I probably will never have an Arcade1Up machine. Maybe, I don't know. But one thing I do know is I will still keep binging on the content that people keep making, people keep showcasing all these custom models that they're creating, because I absolutely love it. I love the idea. So if you guys have any custom Arcade1Ups, go ahead and post them in the comments down below. I know you can't post pictures on YouTube or anything like that. I'm not even sure if you can post links, but if you can post links, go ahead and attempt that. I would love to see them, because honestly, it's all good and fun. Even if Arcade1Ups are niche and it's just a kind of a timely thing, and in time it won't be as popular anymore, it's still fun while it's lasting. So let me know what you guys think down below. Leave your comments on what you guys think the Arcade1Up is and is all about. And if you like forum discussion videos much like this one, subscribe for more content.